Oh, here we go. Here we go. Let's do this, chat. I need you guys to help me. I need you guys to help me as well. What's good, YouTube? People watching on the YouTube side of things. We are doing this live on Twitch. If you guys are not tapped into the Twitch channel, link will be in the description and down below in the comments. Make sure you guys tap into the Twitch channel as well. All right, chat. So here, how are we gonna do this? How to save Street Fighter 6. Before we even start doing this, let's just give a little bit of context as to why I'm making this video now. You guys know I haven't been making any Street Fighter content on my YouTube channel in about a year. It's been about a year I haven't made any content on Street Fighter really for my YouTube channel. But why are we doing this now? We've just had Street Fighter 6 Capcom Cup and Street Fighter League finals happen. And yeah, a lot of the things I've been talking about in the game were mentioned watching the finals, you know. There was a lot of throw loops, to be specific. A lot of things that I say have been wrong with the game are kind of being spoken about on Twitter nowadays. But here, I want to make this video at this time because we just had the World Finals, and I think before the upcoming patch comes, before we get Season 2 patch with Elena and stuff like that, I think this is the perfect time to make a video like this instead of leaving it too late when the patch is just around the corner. So, how to save Street Fighter 6. Chat, what we're going to do, we're going to pretty much be doing bullet points of every single thing that we want to see changed. Things we want taken out, things we would like to see, and small explanations as to why things are the things that are bad about the game are bad. Why are they bad, and what difference would it make if it was changed to something else? So that's what I want you guys to do. So if you guys in the chat want to type anything you guys want changed with the game or whatsoever, feel free and we could add that to the list. I want this to be a community thing at the same time. I've got some ideas in my head. Let's just go ahead and put remove throw loops as the first one, seeing as that is the most popular thing right now. Remove throw loops, if I can spell. So that's number one. Should we number these? Maybe we should number it. Maybe we should number these. Number these. Yo, Sosante, what's good? So we have remove throw loops. It's obvious. Throw loops is just, you get so much. It's probably the most powerful thing in this game. You get so much free damage based on your character being too scared to take a throw. Then if they take a throw, you can shimmy and do 50% at free roll all the time. It's just, it doesn't take any work. There's no skill involved in it. It's literally just throw into a looping throw situation over and over again. And it's not fun. I don't think it's fun to do. Maybe the first time you get on the game, it's like, oh, I can do this, I can do this. You play the game for a large amount of time and you're just like, well, this offense is boring to watch, even as a casual. You know, there were a lot of casuals even watching Capcom Cup were just like, okay, throw loops is just, what is this? People from other games, from Tekken, you got people like Ars and Ash watching the Street Fighter finals. It's like, you can just see it's just tired. It's just not a good thing that should be in fighting in Street Fighter in general. So you got to remove throw loops. That's one thing that'll make the game better. Yo, Mystic, what's good? What's good? Well, we're trying to save Street Fighter 6 here. You gotta help out, Mystic. We got drive rush into special. You mean okay. Drive rush into special. I do agree with that. Drive. No more. Hold on. Remove. Drive. Remove DR into special. My keyboard's a bit messed up, so if you see spelling mistakes, it's really not me. Sometimes it types the same letter twice. Remove DR into special. I agree with this. I agree with this. I'll give you guys an example as to why drive rush into special makes the game very random. It makes the game very random. Let's look at DJ, for example. And it's not just DJ. I just think DJ is a perfect example to use. But it's pretty much all the characters in the game. Let's look at DJ, right? You have someone who can do raw drive rush. The answer to raw drive rush is to check it with a button. But then he can do raw drive rush into sway back, into follow-up, which means if you have good reactions, which not everyone has, by the way, if you're blessed to have good reactions, you can check the drive rush, but if he does drive rush into sway back kick, now you get punished for being the person who has good reactions trying to check the drive rush. You get punished instead. Now off of that sway back kick, you get punish countered into a full combo, which could be 50-65% if he has CA. Now tell me, where was the mistake there? So that essentially means as soon as DJ turns green, as soon as he turns green, you're guessing because you don't want to check it anymore. And let's just say, okay, don't check the drive rush. Okay, now he's in. He doesn't do drive rush into sway back. He just does drive rush into a button. Now he's in. Now you're guessing on strike throw. You're now put in danger simply based off of him existing on the screen because of how strong drive rush is, because you're able to do drive rush into special moves. There's a lot of examples of this in the game. You have Ryu who can do drive rush donkey kick. You try to check the drive rush, he's done donkey kick and it's now punish countered you into follow up. You have Kimberly drive rush into forward heavy kick. There's a little delay there, then you get punish countered. So many characters have things like this, and it's not good. You have drive rush into Dragon Lash. You try to check it, you get hit by Dragon Lash. You shouldn't be punished for doing the correct thing against the mechanic. Akuma, Luke, so many characters. Pretty much everyone can do it. You shouldn't be punished for doing the appropriate thing to counter the mechanic. There's too many counters to the counter which are kind of done for you. It's not really deep in the mind game or anything of the sort. It's literally just too many counters for the counters, you know? Which means that whatever you do, it's never a bad decision because it always beats something, regardless of what it is. Let me say that again, regardless of what you do in this game, it's never a bad decision because it always beats something. So you can essentially do whatever you want and there's always a reason behind why you could have done that. Which makes it seem like there is no way of playing the game. It's freestyle, very freestyle. Everything works and everything loses to everything. Drive rush scissor kick. Exactly, another example. There's too many things like that in the game. So I fully agree, remove drive rush into specials. Drive rush shouldn't be happening into specials. Number 3, give me something else, chat. How would you remove throw loops? Well, we can get into that into maybe another video. I'm just talking about the things that need to go away for now. That might be a video for another day on how they can go about it. They've already done it in Street Fighter 5. I know characters and all of that come into consideration, but we can get into that. Something else I want to say. Let me go into one thing. Let me think about this one. Overhead plus. I agree with that too. Yes. Remove plus on block overheads from drive rush. If I have to guess, like think about this, right? We'll use Bison for this example, right? I have to react to his drive rush. But if I react to his drive rush, he can do drive rush scissor kick, which beats my reaction. And now I get punish counted into a full combo, which could do 50-60% with supers or whatever. I have to now think about that. So I might not want to check the drive rush, right? Same situation as before. If I don't check the drive rush, he can do drive rush into overhead, which I have to also react to. And if I do react to it and I didn't perfect parry, because I can tap parry, it might not be perfect parry. No human on this earth can get a perfect parry at will. You attempt the perfect parry. You try to get it. You try to time it as perfectly as you can. No human on this earth will get it all the time. So that's already a little bit of a random factor, right? We're not robots to program to get perfect timing every time. We just try to get it as consistently as we can, but nobody can do it 100% of the time. So there's already a little random factor there. And after you get the parry, if you didn't get perfect parry, he's now plus again. So you're still again in a strike throw mix. There's too many layers. Ending Walker doesn't know he has one of the best perfect parries. It's still not 100%. Kakaru, what did they call him? The perfect parry prince or what? It's still not 100%. Everyone fails parries. No one gets 100. Don't gaslight me, please. No, it just doesn't happen. It just doesn't happen. No, it literally just doesn't happen. If you are going to go for your overhead mix-up from your drive rush, if it is blocked or parried, it should not be plus. Lose your turn. There is nothing wrong with losing your turn there. You mixed me up and I survived your mix. Lose your turn. Do not continue. Lose your turn. Should be -3. I wouldn't even be mad if it was punishable, but you spent drive rush, whatever, you should lose your turn. Regardless of what it is, lose your turn. That's number 3. That's number 3. Oh, I agree with this one too. Swames in it said, only perfect parry from specials. Perfect. My keyboard is so awful, I can't lie to you. Why is my C's not coming out, bro? I'm getting execution errors on keyboard, this is crazy. Perfect parry, only triggering on specials. Imagine how the game would look if you could jab, if you could press a medium, a heavy. You could just meaty your opponent and not have to worry about getting perfect parried because they just decided to wake up, tap parry, and you did a jab. You get perfect parried and you get back thrown into the corner for throw loops. That just should not be a thing. It shouldn't be a thing. It's another thing that makes the game super inconsistent. You're not safe doing anything at all. Regardless of what you choose to do, a simple tap parry could end the game. And there's nothing you can do about it apart from guess correctly afterwards. Nothing you can do, but you can't reset the situation. No, it's all 50-50 if you keep guessing wrong. No reset to neutral, no nothing. So if you could only get a perfect parry from special moves, it would make the game a lot more consistent because a lot of the parries will actually be targeted. There'll be a lot more strategy behind them. Oh, I know that after crouch medium kick, he does at that range, or after a button, he does fireball. So I'm going to try and perfect parry the fireball specifically to get a punish. But nothing else will trigger perfect parry unless it's a special move. That makes a lot more sense. It makes a lot more sense. Yeah, it will complement well with no throw loops as well, 100%. More risk to perfect parry in general, or make it only work on specials and DI. Yeah, specials and DI, it should just be on specials and DI. I should not get a knockdown, be scared to meet you on wake up with jab because of perfect parry. That shouldn't be a thing. I understand you waking up DP, wake up EX DP, sure. You spent 2 bars of your drive gauge, sure. Right? But not perfect parry. You get more reward off the perfect parry than you do DP. Why would you even DP? Unless you're scared of throw, but sure. If throw loops were gone, you wouldn't be scared anymore. You know? So there's that. That's number 4. We catch up with chat, guys. More risk, perfect parry in general. Need to get, yeah, I might have to get a new keyboard. It's literally like, when I type certain things, it literally doesn't type it. And sometimes when I press a key, it presses it twice. That would even complement well no throw. Crouch me kick drive rush, minus, but safe on block. Or make it have a legit gap every time. I agree with that. Crouching medium kick into drive rush should not be plus. If they want to make it safe, because you've used 3 bars, to cancel your button into drive rush, right? If you got the hit, you get your combo. If you didn't get a hit, meaning your opponent defended right, your opponent defended well. Good defense by your opponent. Because they blocked your button into drive rush. You shouldn't be rewarded simply for the fact that you just spent drive rush. You can be safe for spending it. You shouldn't put your opponent in a 50-50 strike throw because you spent drive rush now. You simply shouldn't be able to do that. Makes the game too unstable once again. So I agree with that. Button, see that? I pressed it twice again. Button into drive rush should not be plus on block. And I'll put brackets. Can be safe. There you go. Can be safe. Let me make all of these can be safe. Right? Is it true Street Fighter 6 players are unhappy of the state of the game right now? I mean, of course. A lot of them might not come out and say it, but it's 100% true. The majority. I think there are some people that enjoy the game. Not absolutely everybody. But the majority of people definitely don't like the state of the game at all. They would prefer a more stable game. And I'm just talking about competitively. I'm not talking about casuals or anything. Casuals could love the game. At least +1, but you're not working for anything though, Sosante. You're not working for anything. Like, what did you do to earn a +1? That's really worth being +1. You didn't, like, not you specifically, but the person doing crouch moving kick into drive rush didn't earn anything at all. Yeah, on hit you get rewarded. So that simply means don't just throw it out. Oh, I don't know how to get in. I'm just gonna press a button into drive rush because I don't want to deal with neutral. Let me just press a button into drive rush. Hopefully it helps me. No, whiff punish something and get in. Get a hit and get in. And with that being said, bring back Hit-confirmable. And my keyboard's just again. Bring back Hit-confirmable medium buttons. Bring back Hit-confirmable medium buttons. Certain crouch medium kicks, crouch medium punches, they need to make Hit-confirmable again. I know there's certain faces, like stand faces and stuff you can confirm and all, but they need to just make certain mediums confirmable again. That way, there's no need to feel like you need to press a button into drive rush, otherwise nothing's getting done. You can hit confirm it into a special move. That brings back a level of skill into the game, which will separate players. Which will show a skill gap. It will demonstrate a level of skill between certain players, which is a good thing for the game. Because when you watch tournaments now and you see players doing things that other players can't do, you're like, oh, this is sick. Damage, corner carry. Okay, here's another thing, yeah. Another thing. Lower damage across the board. Damage across the board in this game for everybody is just too much. It's too much. It's too much. Especially level 3 and CA, it just does way too much damage. There's too much damage in this game, man. It's honestly too, and it's the fact that you can do stand light punch into drive rush medium punch into drive rush heavy, and then CA is so much damage from a jab, so much damage from the fastest button your character has. The fastest button your character has can lead to 50%. It's too much. It's too much damage to be able to do that. Like, that is a lot of damage. So lower the damage across the board is needed. Apart from Geef, nah, Geef needs to get cooked too, everybody. Everyone can get it. Let me catch up with chat. What else do we have, chat? What else I got in mind? Remove throw loops, remove drive rush into special, remove plus and block overheads from drive rush. Perfect parry only triggers on specials. Button into drive rush should not be plus and block, but it can be safe. Bring back hit confirmable medium buttons. Lower damage across the board. That's a good start already. It's a good start already. I don't know how people are consistent with the state of the game. Do you know what it is, yeah? Because a lot of people say this, but the consistency that you're seeing right now with the amount of players that are being consistent, it's not a lot of players, by the way, but the amount of players that have been able to have some level of consistency from tournament to tournament every time, and it's not every time, but it's like a lot of the time, that consistency has been heavily nerfed from the previous game. So whatever you're calling consistent, that consistency has still been heavily nerfed in comparison to the previous game. For those players that are the players that we know of. Obviously, not the newer players that have come about in Street Fighter 6, they're obviously new players. But the players that we know about from a long time ago, their consistency has been heavily nerfed in comparison to the previous game. And it has everything to do with just what the game is. It hasn't got anything to do with them getting worse skill level wise. And it actually, as much as some people have gotten a lot better at the game, it doesn't have anything to do with other people getting better in competition. It's actually the way the game is built that does that. The way the game is. Let me loop this. In SF5, Takido's everyone top 8 these days. Skill wise, he's still the same, maybe even better, but the game doesn't allow certain things. Doesn't. What should be number 8, guys? What should be? I don't know how many of these I'm gonna do. As much as we can think of. Number 8. Let me think of this. Do you know what else? I want to go back to removing drive rush into special. Removing drive rush into special means that there's only going to be one timing for your drive rush check. You don't have, it's like, depending on what range they're at, you always time your drive rush check the same. As long as you know what range they're coming from. You don't have to like delay it or whatever, like it's the same. Ties into perfect parry only on specials, but they gotta get rid of the slowdown from perfect parry. Part of the reason it's so tacky is because if you perfect parry a light, you get a neon sign saying you can punish. Bro, Swames is trolling. I think there's too much EX build. It should not be possible to do 2 level 2s in 1 round. Okay. I actually do agree with that. I kind of agree with that. EX. OD, it's OD. We gotta stop calling it EX, I guess, because it's a new game. OD, meter. Builds too fast. Brackets. Should not be able to do 2 level 2s in 1 round. There we go. It's number 8. Number 9. Take away DPs out of drive rush. Yeah, but that's a special. You can't do drive rush into special. That all goes into remove drive rush into special. All goes into that. Let me add this here as well. Remove throw loops, even with drive rush. For the people that say remove throw loops, but make it so you have to spend a drive rush to get the throw loop. No, remove it even with drive rush. Remove it altogether, even with drive rush. There we go. It's another parry one, but they got to get rid of the slowdown effect when you perfect parry successfully. It's part of the reason it's so tacky. Oh, the slowdown effect? But here's the thing, right? I do agree with you, I hear that, but here's the thing. So on this list, we have perfect parry should only trigger on special moves. Oh, I'm thinking of fireball. It still does trigger on like, that's true. I don't know, I'm not too fussed about the slowdown. Because with what we got on this list, perfect parry won't happen as often anymore. It won't happen on jabs, mediums, heavies. It'll only happen on special moves like scissor kicks, JP spike, fireballs, specials, you know? I feel like it's fair. If it's only on a special move and you called it out with a parry, I think it's kind of fair that you get a slowdown and get your punish. If it happened too quickly and it was the same as it is when you like parry or fireball, like perfect parry or fireball, you won't really get time to do your punish. Or even the optimal punish, because you won't know what you've parried yet. Regular parry should stay though because of that. Yeah, regular parry can stay. Regular parry, I don't mind too much, that's fine. It just shouldn't be perfect. No more fireball driver. Oh yeah, here we go. Here we go. No more fireball. No, it's just remove ability to drive rush when a projectile you no more fireball. No more fireball to drive rush. There we go. Now, we're not doing character specific things. Not character, we're talking about just the game overall, like the system, the game system. I can do a character specific thing video later, but this is just the overall game. We're not really targeting any specific, like 1 or 2 characters. I don't mind doing that later though. Mids and combo filler instead of a free win condition on block. 1 and 4 together would already be really good. Remove throw loops, perfect parry. Yeah, 1 and 4 are probably the best changes. 1 and 4 are like the best changes right now. Do we have a number 10? Do we have a number 10? Let me think. Do we have a number 10? We forgot a huge one. No drive rush when the fireball's on screen. Yeah, there we go. We got it. Make projectiles easier to perfect parry instead of straight. Nah, man, fireball. You see, I Mystic. You think I don't know you? You Aki players. Get out of here, man. You Aki players. No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. That needs to go. That needs to go. I'm just tired of free stuff. Why is everything free to do? Like, why is the opportunity to win the game free to do? Fireball drive rush is an opportunity to win everything from round start. If he doesn't get the perfect parry on the fireball, you might get thrown. And then the drive rush might go into another throw. And it might keep going into another, and you might get shimmied and die. Why has that all sparked up? Why has that opportunity been allowed to happen simply because you drive rush behind your fireball? I'm talking about all the characters that can do it. It just shouldn't be a thing. Like, why? There's no actual reason as to why. Like, no good reason anyways. There isn't. There just isn't. Drive chip damage? Wait, what? Oh, losing drive gauge for blocking. That one is sticky, because then it's like, how do you lose drive gauge? Your burnout won't exist anymore. And if burnout doesn't exist, which I don't like burnout at all, by the way, I don't want it in the game, but it's they're not just gonna be like, oh, burnout doesn't exist anymore. It's gonna be in the game. Oh, you lose it just less? Oh, okay. Okay, we can make it less. Reduce the amount of drive meter chip on block. There you go. Reduce the amount of drive meter chip on block. Yeah. Okay. Well, do you guys think when you're in burnout, yeah, your frame data should just get worse? Isn't being able to get drive impacted to the wall enough and stunned? Do you guys think it's actually reasonable that your frame data just turns crap? I feel like the fear of being DI'd to the wall and not having any EX moves to use, I feel like that's enough. Why does your whole frame data have to just turn horrible? Like, let's be honest, is it actually fun putting someone in DI, doing a looping situation which they can't do anything about apart from just mash super in between, or you just do a true block string and then DI to the wall every time? Encourages good management, but good management is impossible in this game. If you really think about it, you would think, yeah, let's just say let's say the game just came out, right? And we're all thinking, oh, there's burnout. Oh yeah, but the good players won't put themselves in burnout because they're gonna have really good meter management, right? But then you look at the game and it's impossible to have amazing meter management because you can't block. That's why. If you block, you lose drive gauge. If you keep blocking, you lose drive gauge, which means you have to do something. You have to parry to get your drive gauge back, or you walk forward, walk back. If you parry, you can get thrown and you get put in 50-50s. So if you chose to parry, you get thrown, so you lose drive gauge even more, right? So having sick meter management comes down to you guessing correctly to even get the opportunity to preserve your meter. You require a drive meter for existing? Yeah, but there's things on the screen. You got projectiles on the screen which you have to parry. You know, you got to block full screen attacks. You can't just exist when you got a Lily who's gonna just use a Condor Spire, right? You're gonna have to block that. If you didn't react with parry, you're gonna have to block it. You're losing drive gauge. Scissor kick, you're just existing. Oh yeah, scissor kick, losing drive gauge. Full screen moves. You know, you can't actually just, oh, you're just existing. You got Manon doing stand heavy kick. Yeah, exist. Lose bare drive gauge, blocking that 6 times in a row. You can't just exist and keep your meter. You're going to get forced to make a decision, which is going to cost you meter. You think if players could play the game and never put themselves in burnout, they wouldn't do so. You can't do it. You're forced to make decisions. which will decide if you get put in burnout or not. That's what it comes down to. What's number 11? I like reducing the amount of drive meter you lose on chip though. Like when you block, I like reducing that. Bring back different wake up timings. What, for like different characters and stuff? Burnout can work if getting there via playing really bad and not as a gift. Yeah, but here's the thing. Via playing really bad means that at a high level, no one will get in burnout. If everyone is pro level, tournament level, and everyone's a high level, there will just be no burnout because no one would actually be playing horrible, you know? No one will actually just be playing like a damn scrub. Not every wake up having the same frames. Part of what makes burnout annoying is how easy it is to start offense in 6. Yeah, it is. It is. And I think that removing a lot of the stuff we have on this list will make it so I think burnout's alright because a lot of the stuff we have on this list will lead to the game being a little bit less offensive. So you won't get looping pressure, looping into guess. So you won't actually get put in burnout as much unless you're actually wasting so much meter. You know? So I think it's pretty good right now. You sometimes burn out and wonder what you even did wrong. So yeah, sometimes you just block too much. Sometimes you're in burnout because you block too much. So you gotta parry and hope that they chose not to grab at that specific moment. This is a solid list right now though. This might be everything we need for now. For the game, without mentioning specific characters. For the game overall, this might be good. A good list. 10 as well, 10 on the dot. Unless you guys have more. What's good about the freestyle Fletcher? I see you as a hard OMK. We may get one of these things if we're lucky. Bro. Let me tidy this up a little bit. Alright, here we go. Yeah, we good. Wait, well, I got, how many I got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That one should be 10. There you go. Alright. Word everyone's favorite, trust me. Yo, point proven, what's good? What's good? How you doing? What's good? You guys got any more? Or is this solid? Are we leaving at this? This is a solid list. Boomer level Microsoft. Now, do you know what? I have to be so careful with my keyboard because it literally acts up. It presses keys twice, or sometimes doesn't press it at all. Doesn't the game need throw loops because of parry? Nah. Game is more toxic with throw loops than without. More toxic than without. Here's the thing: you don't just remove throw loops. You work other things around too. Let's think about the game, how it would look like this though. How would the game look like this? Let me ask another question. What's stopping... It would still... No, because when you parry, punish, counter, throw does a lot of damage. That's a good enough threat. And also... You're not getting perfect parry from buttons anymore, you're getting it from specials. So if you think Loki was fine before, did I just mess it up? Messed up, innit? I'm bothered. Numbers are in line. I got you. Oh no. Can't lie to you, I can't be asked. Fit in one page. I mean, it's really not that deep. It's just, as long as you guys know what I'm talking about. I didn't want it to all be in one thing because I can list out like this, leaving a space in between. When it was all bunched up, it just kind of looks like a paragraph. Looked a bit messy, you know? Having drive rush not eat inputs should be number 1, and more plus frames on blocks so players cannot mash should be on there as well. More plus frames on block. I mean, I would like that too. But here's the thing, like, I think people are trying to make this game, like, I'm not trying to make this game into Street Fighter 5. Like, the game can have the frame that it wants to have. Even though I don't like it, it can have the frame that it wants to have. Like, they want jabs to be -1, but you can chain jabs, whatever, right? But in terms of the game's mechanics is where certain things are actually just bad. You know, I wish I could have a jab and be +2, and then, you know, that's the type of pressure we're having, but different game, innit? Eating inputs? What should I put for the eating inputs thing though? Drive rush should not be eating inputs. Put out that. Yo, what's good, Nero? What's good? What's good? We're just doing a YouTube segment right now. There we go. Nah, it's fine, Swaim. It's cool. It's cool. I'm gonna list it down myself at the end, anyways. Biggest gripe with the game is drive rush and neutral. That shit needs a bigger hitbox, more consistent punish. Yeah. So filming. So here we have remove drive rush. These will make it more consistent to punish drive rush. So you remove drive rush into special move. So you're not getting drive rush into specials. No drive rush into scissor kick, drive rush into DJ sway back. Like, they're just gonna drive rush into a button. So you checking the drive rush will literally have to be the same. Like, you're just checking it as if you're checking drive rush into button every time. You're not checking drive rush into fireball. You're not checking drive rush sway back or anything like that. So that will make it more consistent already. Drive rush and neutral, bigger hurt box. Punish counter and check every time. Okay, we can do that. We can do that. Drive rush on block should have a bigger hold on, raw drive rush, my bad. Raw drive rush. Raw DR should have a bigger hotbox. If DR is checked, it should always be punish counter. There we go. Happen 8% of the time of Kumo doing drive rush into Adamant Flame. Yeah, that's gotta go. Still gotta go. How about Burnout? So the changes we have here will kind of make it so that it's a lot harder to get into Burnout if you play well. So if you remove perfect parry, no, where was it? Where was that? Yeah, reduce the amount of drive meter chip on block. So when you block attacks, you don't lose as much drive gauge just for blocking anymore. Doing that will make it so you're not constantly on like 2 bars of drive gauge because you've been blocking. Well, what suggestion do you have for Burnout filming in general? Because you can't remove it, it's part of the game. They won't remove Burnout. That's like removing, I don't know, like, it's like playing Tekken and saying remove heat. They won't remove heat. They'll change it or whatever, they won't remove it. I don't think removing the ability to drive rush is too much of a technical. It's part of the game. The game will have no identity. Imagine this game the way it is right now. No drive rush, no burnout, no drive impact. What are people going to remember the game for? You won't, like, it'll have no identity. The game will have zero identity. It will have no parry. It will have no identity. Burnout should last longer? Really? Burnout should last. You should be in Burnout for longer. That's kind of wild. Burnout should last longer. You can barely play the game when you're in Burnout. I feel like when you're in Burnout is when the game becomes the most unfun it can ever get, is when you're in Burnout. That's when the game becomes the most unfun ever. When you're in Burnout, fam. Especially when you're in the Burnout and you actually haven't done anything but defend. I rather suggest increase the perfect parry window for projectiles instead of number 9. Really? Because someone else said that as well. Someone else said the same thing and I disagreed. Because you can increase the perfect parry window for projectiles. That would be good. I would like that. I'd like both, to be honest. I'd like both. But still allowing people to do a full screen fireball into a drive rush would be, it's just, you gotta remember, drive rush just spends 1 bar. Raw drive rush is 1 bar. It's not 3 bars as if you were cancelling it from a button. There's too many free opportunities to get in without actually working for it. Too many opportunities to get in without working for it. It's just like, wait, Nero, did you play Street Fighter 5 at all? I want to make a reference. It's just like, if anyone played 5, right? Nobody enjoyed. Look at Cody, for example, in Street Fighter 5, Cody, and he's not the only character. Cody doing EX fireball and he walks behind it. No one enjoyed that in Street Fighter 5. That was annoying to deal with. Everyone hated that. Why is he walking behind his slow ass fireball, getting me to the corner just because he just decides to? And it's worse in this game because in 5, in order every character who could walk behind a projectile, they all spend the EX bar, which was tied to their super bar. So them doing that means they get no level 3. Whereas in this game, you doing fireball into drive rush, you get to keep all your super bar, CA, everything. And you can do it 6 times. If your drive bar doesn't go down, say your opponent doesn't hit you anything, you can essentially do fireball drive rush, 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 5-6 times before your whole meter is actually gone. That's too many opportunities for 0 work. And if you get a hit, right? Because now I'm on defense, I've parried your fireball, I've blocked it. If I didn't get a perfect parry, I'm still guessing strike throw. And you have level 3, I have to worry about you hitting me with absolutely anything. Too much. There was no work done. Remove the cinematic freeze from perfect parry for normals. We already dealt with that, Ambience. We have perfect parry only triggering on special moves. It won't trigger on jabs, mediums, heavies. Only special moves. Projectiles and special moves, you know, scissor kick. Special moves. Yeah. It won't trigger on just buttons. It triggering on buttons is too random. We could be in neutral looking at each other. I just decide to tap it. You happen to just jab me and oh, you could lose the whole game. Why? Doesn't need to exist. Off a special move will make the perfect parries a lot more intentional for specific things. Not just, I'm going to choose an option. You know? Yeah, it's all good, it's all good, it's all good. What number is put Falcon? That might be for another video, man. Might be for another video. You guys want me to do, I know I have a lot of people from my YouTube and Twitch that miss my Falcon gameplay. I can hit up some guys to play Street Fighter 5 with and like record some Falcon gameplay for you guys if you guys don't want to see stuff like that. But yeah. So easier checking over this. Codium, yeah, Bison, EX Cycle Ball, and he's walking behind it. It's the same thing as this, but it was different. Because if you get hit, right? Say you block Bison Psycho Blast and you get hit afterwards, no super. So you're not losing 60% damage. He's gonna go into maybe EX, but he might not go into EX after during the combo because he wants to save his meter to get super. So he might do a meterless combo, so you survive for longer. You don't just explode for something that was like out of your control, bro. What are you gonna do? Jump the fireball? Oh, now he does jump medium into combo. Essentially, it's a situation you get put in which you just have to hold. So, yeah. You know? I think this is a pretty solid list. Pretty solid list. PC state will also be punished them, you know, even more. The punish counter state would also punish them even more. Yeah. Because if they drive rush behind it, you can check. Yeah, I agree with that, Nero. I do agree with that as well. But here's the thing, my issue with perfect parry is that there's a random factor to it. Nobody can get perfect parry 100% of the time. And it's not down to skill, it's down to the fact that we're human beings. We're not robots who are like programmed to 100% all the time. It won't happen. You'll get it sometimes, but sometimes you won't get it. Some people are better than others, some people have better reactions than others, some people are born with better reactions than others. Some people train their reactions more than others. But no one on earth will ever be able to 100%, regardless of how much skill they have, no one will be able to 100% get perfect parries on fireballs. And when you're trying to compete or you're in for competitive integrity, that random factor shouldn't be a thing. You know, if you're sick at the game and you're sick, you should be able to perfect parry all the fireballs. That way, you can always stop someone from drive rushing behind it, but you can't. You can't. You know? Regardless of how good you are, do fireball into drive rush against whatever player you want in the world. Just do it 20 times. See if one of those goes unchecked. Probably multiple of those fireballs will go unperfected. And you'll be able to get a 50-50 strike throw. Because we're human beings. Can't perfect parry everything. It's not possible. And those ones that go unchecked might cost them the game. That's why I prefer the option to just not be able to drive rush behind the fireball. It just removes that whole possibility. Which makes the game more stable. You earn your way in more. 13 would be great. If drive rush is checked, should always be punished. Yeah, I like that one. I can't think of any more. I think this is pretty good. Anytime you can fireball drive rush is combo state. In neutral, it shouldn't exist. Yeah, it shouldn't exist in neutral. Yeah, I don't mind that as a combo because then it's a combo. Yeah, it's a combo. Maybe I should add that. No. In a combo is fine, I guess. In a combo is fine. Yeah, I didn't think of that. In a combo is fine. Yeah. Characters, no. So we're not doing character specific. We're just doing like general right now. Just general. Character specific would have to be another video. We're just doing general. System changes, general changes. Yeah, this is gonna go up on YouTube, by the way, guys. If you guys are not subscribed to the YouTube, here you guys go. There is also something pinned on the chat. It is pinned. It's a new video I dropped on the the new Bleach Rebirth of Souls game, which is coming out on the 21st of March. I'm going to be making content on that game too. I dropped a video talking about it and stuff like that. So if you want to keep up with that, go ahead. But yeah, this is going to drop on YouTube. I think this is a solid list. I'm going to wait a little bit in case anyone has anything else they want to say. But I'm pretty much ready to wrap this up. This is a solid list. Nah. I won't be playing Fatal Fury. That game's really not for me. I won't be on Fatal Fury. I did try play the beta a little bit, just barely. Nah. I knew I wasn't gonna like it before I even tried the beta. Then I did the beta and I was like, yeah, I'm 100% sure I'm not gonna play that. Right now, my current games, Street Fighter 6, Tekken. I'm playing a lot of Marvel Rivals these days as well. So Street Fighter 6, Tekken, Marvel Rivals. Anything in between I feel like playing. Yeah, the Bleach game's coming up. I'm gonna be on that heavily. If there's any Bleach fans in there, I will be a source of content for that game, 100%. Yeah, I think this is good enough. It's a good list. It's a good list. All right. How to save Street Fighter 6. Me and my community have made a full list of things. This wasn't just me. My community also helped me out. We've made a full list of things that would make Street Fighter 6 a lot more stable, a lot more fun, and it will also make the game a lot more entertaining for viewers to watch, for casuals too, not just competitive players. This will make the game a lot more hype for casuals too. Here's a list on how I believe and my community believes Street Fighter 6 can be saved. Number 1, we have remove throw loops. Even with Drive Rush. Remove it altogether. Without, remove it. Remove Drive Rush into specials. Which means when you Drive Rush, you can no longer cancel the Drive Rush into a special move. You have to commit into a button. This will allow you to check Drive Rushes more consistently once you've reacted to the initial green flash. You're no longer in a mix-up simply for trying to check the Drive Rush. For example, DJ doing Drive Rush into sway back kick. If you have reactions and you try to check the Drive Rush, you will lose and you will be punished for having good reactions. That shouldn't be a thing. That's number 2. Number 3, remove plus unblock overheads from Drive Rush. With all of the mix you can get from Drive Rush already, it's only fair that if you're getting mixed between a high and low and a throw or shimmy already, and you simply trying to check the Drive Rush in the first place, if you happen to block the overhead from a Drive Rush, you should lose your turn. I don't mind if it's not punishable, I don't mind if it's safe. You should lose your turn because you attempted a mix-up and your mix-up was successfully blocked. Therefore, chill out. Lose your turn. Your opponent had really good defense there. Reward them with having their turn. Number 4, perfect parry only triggering on specials. There is no reason as to why you can simply press a jab at any point in time in the match. If your opponent happened to tap a parry, they get a perfect parry and you could lose the game from there on. Having throw loops, back throw, perfect parry, back throw, you're in a throw loop situation, you might lose the game if you don't guess right. There's no reason why that should be a thing. Having perfect parry only trigger on special moves makes a lot more sense. That way your perfect parries are a lot more intentional and intended for specific things. Not just, I'm just gonna choose an option, ding, parry, perfect parry, I can win the game. No, they have to be a lot more well placed, a lot more thought out before you press parry. Number 5, button into Drive Rush should not be plus unblock. And again, similar to number 3 with the overheads. Drive Rush into button into Drive Rush. So for example, crouch and medium kick Drive Rush, medium punch Drive Rush. Anything you do into Drive Rush should not be plus on block. 1, because you failed to land an attack. You failed to land an attack on hit before you done the Drive Rush. You shouldn't just be able to do Drive Rush at any point in time after your opponent blocks something to be in a plus situation to then make them guess for strike throw without having earned anything at all. You can earn the opportunity, right? You gotta remember, you already get an opportunity from doing button into drive rush because you're not hit confirming anything. You're just doing a button into drive rush. You've committed, right? If you got the hit, you get rewarded with your combo. If you didn't get the hit, you shouldn't also just get rewarded just because you spent something. No, it shouldn't work like that. You didn't get the hit, therefore you can remain safe because you spent meter. You spent the meter with your drive bar, your drive rush, in order to remain safe. But you shouldn't just get rewarded. Land an actual hit. Number 6. Bring back hit confirmable medium buttons. So now that we've got, you got drive rush, you're safe, but you're not plus on block anymore just for doing drive rush into crouch jab, roll block string and all of that. Now that that's a thing, you can now hit confirm your mediums. You should be able to hit confirm certain mediums. Not every medium, but certain mediums, certain crouch medium kicks could be hit confirmable. That way, when your opponent does a crouch medium kick, if you blocked it, if they're good enough, they won't hit confirm it. If you got hit, if they're good enough, they'll react and confirm it into a special. Now it makes more sense. Or they'll confirm it into drive rush. Now it makes more sense. So meter management is gonna look a lot more pretty. It's gonna look a lot better, a lot more professional. A lot of people won't just spend meter every time they just press a button. Oh, crouch medium kick, drive rush. Button, drive rush. No, button. Oh, it didn't hit. I'm not gonna drive rush it because I'm good enough. I've practiced, so I can actually react to the hit in time to know if I'm going to go for a drive rush or not. It makes the game make a lot more sense in general, and a lot of things won't become super highly committal to where you just get mixed in 50-50s all the time because you've committed to put yourself in that situation because you can't confirm. Certain buttons are confirmable, certain heavy punches, but in general, mediums, you're not confirming. You're buffering. 7. Lower damage across the board. In this game, because of how the system is structured, you can do jab, 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 into drive rush medium, into drive rush heavy, into special CA, super, level 3, whatever. Because you're able to do this, damage across the board is way too high. You could get jabbed and it would lead to 50% simply because you spent all of your drive gauge. And that is too much damage. Way too much damage from very minimal things. Damage across the board should be reduced, whether it's the level 3 damage, whether it's the scaling after drive rush combo. I think it should be super damages in general. Level 3s and CAs need to do reduced damage in general. OD meter builds too fast, should not be able to do level 2s 2 rounds. Sorry, level 2s twice in a round. I agree with that too. In this game, you see Rashid players, JP players, in the same round, they get level 2 twice. And these are essentially level 2s that put you in a mix-up that you can't really do anything about but guess. You go for parry, they can throw you. You crouch block, they can overhead into full combo. You stand block, they can low. It's just too many guesses. To be able to have that twice in a round, honestly, is just way too good. Way too good. Number 9, remove the ability to drive rush when you put a projectile on the screen, so there's no more fireball into drive rush. That is just pressure that is just not earned, and you can do it way too frequently over and over again. I know perfect parry is in the game, but we're not robots, we're human beings. Impossible to get perfect parry on every single fireball, which means that sometimes you're not gonna get the perfect parry, and they're going to get in using fireball drive rush, and there's nothing you can do about it but try and try, and no one's ever gonna get 100% perfect parry. So that adds a level of inconsistency within the game. In the combo's fine. So if the combo that you're doing has a fireball in it and you do a drive rush and you continue the combo, in the combo's alright because you've actually landed a hit. It's not giving you a free opportunity, you've already landed a hit. Number 10, we've got 13 of those. Number 10, reduce the amount of drive meter chip on block. This game is too punishing for simply having good defense. For simply blocking, this game is too punishing. A lot of the time you get put in burnout, not because you have poor meter management, because you get forced to make a decision, right? You block heavy punches, you block blanco balls, you block scissor kicks, you block all these things, right? Headbutts, whatever the case. Because you're low on drive gauge from blocking, you're forced to make an offensive decision, or a decision that is defensive that turns into offense. So you're forced to parry, for example. And what did we say about parry? With the inconsistencies. No one gets 100% perfect parry. You can attempt it. Some people are better at it than others. No one's 100%. It's impossible. We're not robots. So, with that being said, you get forced to use things like parry, right? If they happen to throw, when you went for parry, you lose even more drive gauge, which is an incentive to not want to parry all the time, right? If you get hit and someone spends super, you lose drive gauge also. So you got to reduce the amount of drive gauge you lose simply for blocking to make meter management a little bit more rewarding in general across the board. Number 11. Drive rush should not be eating inputs. This was one of the community ones. I also agree, Drive Rush it's had this thing where it eats your inputs. Since the launch of the game, it's been an issue across the board. Drive Rush shouldn't be eating inputs. It should be more consistent to check. I like this number 12 one though. Drive Rush, raw Drive Rush, should have a bigger hurtbox. So when you do Drive Rush raw, a lot of these Drive Rushes, I think because we've been playing the game for a while, people are like not really noticing how fast Drive Rushes are in this game. A lot of them, not all of them. A lot of Drive Rushes are just extremely quick. I think we've played the game for over a year now. People are like used to reacting and stuff. It doesn't change how quick they are. These are not extremely easy reactions to have, right? So raw Drive Rush have a bigger hurtbox, which would make them easier to check, which ultimately would mean people will do raw Drive Rush less, which ultimately means this mechanic won't get used as much as it currently does get used. This mechanic gets used to get in currently, it gets used for Oki, it gets used for combos, it gets used for plus frames on block, it gets used for too many things. You just see green, the whole game is just green. Raw Drive Rush won't get used as much if it has a bigger hurtbox, meaning people will check it a lot easier, which means you can press your Drive Rush check a lot sooner before they even get to you because you've had that reaction quicker. That's number 12. Now the very last one. If the Drive Rush is checked, it should always be a punish counter. So if you've chosen to not be in neutral, not find your way in, and you've chosen to just use a mechanic Drive Rush to just try and get in, if I've managed to check your Drive Rush, you should be in a punish counter state. You should get punished accordingly. This will also, I'll tell you guys, this will also help with meter management, which is what we were talking about before. Because a lot of characters, when they check Drive Rush, they do a button into Drive Rush into a combo. Now that you get the punish counter, you get the stagger, right? So you get extra frames. You can check a Drive Rush, and because it's punish counter, you might not need to spend meter or extra bar. You might get a meterless combo, which again will just cause the game, it will make it so that you don't always put yourself in burnout or waste meter on a lot of things that don't need to be wasted on. So that's number 13. I think we got through everything. These are the 13 things that we need to save Street Fighter 6. This was a list made by me and my community. If you guys are not on my Twitch channel, make sure you guys go on my Twitch channel. The link will be down below in the description. If you're not subscribed to the YouTube channel, you want to see more videos like this, make sure you guys get subscribing. I'd appreciate it. And yeah, man, this is how you save Street Fighter 6. Appreciate you guys. Like and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.